Hello everyone. In today's class, we will discuss some practice questions based on applications of derivatives. Practice questions from 1 to 6. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So let's start with question number 1. It says if the volume of a sphere is increasing at a constant rate, then the rate at which its radius is increasing. Right? Clear? So the hint of this question is C. We know that volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Clear? Volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And it is given that the volume of a sphere is increasing at a constant rate. Right? That means dv by dt is constant. Clear? Then we have to find what is dr by dt. Right? What is dr by dt? Is it a constant or proportional to radius or inversely proportional to radius or inversely proportional to surface area, right? So we will do first, right? V is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then we will differentiate both sides throughout with respect to t, right? Right. So dv by dt will be equal to d of 4 by 3 pi r cube upon dt. Clear? In such a way we will find the relation between dr by dt and its radius. Clear? Or surface area. Okay. So you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. As we have discussed, dv by dt is given as k, clear? And we know that v is basically 4 by 3 pi r cube, clear? So dv by dt can be written as 4 pi r square dr by dt, clear? By differentiating this with respect to t, we will get c r cube differentiation, we will get 3r square into dr by dt. That means 4 pi r square dr by dt, clear? So dr by dt will become k upon 4 pi r square, right? Dr by dt will become k upon 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square. Therefore, rate of increasing radius is inversely proportional to its surface area. Clear? Rate of increasing in radius is inversely proportional to its surface area. Clear? Option D is the right choice. Inversely proportional to the surface area. Got it? Next, let's move to the question number 2. Moving along the x-axis, there are 2 points with x is equal to 10 plus 60, x equal to 3 plus t square, the speed with which they are reaching from each other at the time of encounter. Clear? So the hint of this question is C. At the time of encounter, the distance moved by both the points should be same, right? Clear? That is 10 plus 60 should be equal to 3 plus t square, right? We will find the value of t. Now, we have to find the speed with which they are reaching from each other. That means v2 minus v1. And what is v1? V1 is dx by dt for this case. And v2 is dx by dt for this case, right? We will find relative velocity and uh, we will find relative velocity at the time when this 10 plus 60 will be equal to 3 plus t square, right? So this concept we will apply. So you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. The 2 points will encounter only when the distance will be same. The distance covered will be same, right? That means 10 plus 60 will be equal to 3 plus t square, right? Which form a quadratic equation in t. And after solving this quadratic equation, we will get t equal to 7, right? So at t equal to 7 second, moving in first, so at t equal to 7 second, what is velocity of first point? See, velocity will be d of 10 plus 60 upon dt. Clear? So d upon dt 10 plus 60 will be equal to 6. Clear? It is not depending upon time t. Clear? So v1 is 6 centimeter per second. Now at t equal to 7 second, moving in the second point, what will be v2? v2 is d upon dt of 3 plus t square, which is 2t. And at t equal to 7, it is 2 into 7, which is 14 centimeter per second. Therefore, resultant velocity will be v2 minus v1, which is 14 minus 6, which is equal to 8 centimeter per second. Clear? 8 centimeter per second. Right? So I think option C is the right choice. 8 centimeter per second. Clear? Here, option C is the right choice. 8 centimeter per second. Clear? Got it? Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 3, which says an object is moving in clockwise direction around a unit circle x square plus y square equal to 1. As it passes through point 1 by 2 root 3 by 2, its y coordinate is decreasing at the rate of 3 units per second, right? The rate at which x coordinate changes at this point, right? See, the hint of this question is see, x and y is related as this, right? This is a equation of circle. Clear? That's why it is moving clockwise around unit circle. Clear? So when we will differentiate throughout, we'll get 2x dx by dt plus 2y dy by dt should be equal to 0. Clear? So we'll get the relation between dx by dt and dy by dt, right? And dy by dt is given as minus 3. Clear? Dy by dt is given as minus 3. Clear? And we have to find the dx by dt. And x and y are given. Clear? So after putting the values of x, y and dy by dt, we will get the rate of change of x coordinate. That is we will get the value of dx by dt, right? So in this way, you can approach the question. Clear? So you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. The equation of a given circle is x square plus y square is equal to 1. Now, as we discussed, on differentiating with respect to t, both sides, we will get 2x dx by dt plus 2y dy by dt is equal to 0. So 2 is let's take 2 and 2 is common and move this to another side. So x dx by dt plus y dy by dt should be equal to 0. But we have x is equal to 1 by 2 and y equal to root 3 by 2, right? Therefore, dy by dt will be equal to minus 3. Clear? And dy by dt is given as minus 3. Then let's put x equal to 1 by 2 and y is equal to root 3 by 2, right? So 1 by 2 dx by dt plus root 3 by 2 dy by dt is minus 3. Clear? Equal to 0. Therefore, dx by dt is equal to 3 root 3. Clear? Dx by dt is equal to 3 root 3. Got it? Okay. So I think option B is right choice, 3 root 3. Right? Let's move to the next question, question number 4, which says the position of a point T is given by x is equal to a plus bt minus ct square and y is equal to at plus bt square. Its acceleration at time t is. See, the hint of this question is since x and y are given, clear, there will be two components of acceleration, right? In one in x direction and one in y direction. And how we will find the resultant acceleration? We will find resultant as a resultant will be acceleration in x direction ax square plus acceleration in y direction. Clear? Right. We will find resultant acceleration as this. Now x is given in terms of t. So we will find velocity, that is dx by dt in x direction, which will be in terms of t. And we will find velocity in y direction, which is dy by dt. Clear? After finding velocity, we will differentiate velocity again to get the acceleration in x and y direction, right? Clear? So acceleration is basically d square x by dt square, and acceleration in x direction, and acceleration in y direction will be d square y by dt square. Clear? Okay. Okay, so you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. The given point is x is equal to a plus bt minus ct square and y is equal to at plus bt square. Clear? Now acceleration in x direction will be d square x upon dt square. That is double derivative of this x with respect to t, which will be minus 2c. Now acceleration in y direction will be d square y upon dt square is equal to 2b. Clear? D square y upon dt square will be 2b. Double derivative of y with respect to t. Therefore, resultant acceleration is root over d square x upon dt square whole square plus d square y upon dt square whole square, which is equal to root over minus 2c square plus 2b square, which is equal to 2 times root over b square plus c square. Clear? 2 times root over b square plus c square. Got it? So option D is the right choice. 2 times root over b square plus c square. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 5, which says water is dripping out from a conical funnel of semi vertical angle pi by 4, right? Semi vertical angle pi by 4 at the uniform rate of 2 centimeter square per second in the surface area. Clear? Through a tiny hole at the vertex of the bottom. When the slant height of cone is 4 centimeters, the rate of decreasing slant height of the water. See, if this is cone, right? If this is cone, this is height, and this is basically slant height, right? This is slant height. So at any particular instant, slant height is given 4 centimeter, right? And we have to find rate of decrease of slant height. That is, suppose this is L, then we have to find dl by dt, right? And semi-vertical angle is basically pi by 4 is given. And water is dripping out from conical funnel from a conical funnel of semi-vertical angle pi by 4 at a uniform rate c. Water is dripping out at, that is ds by dt is 2 centimeter square per second. Clear? Surface area is decreasing by 2 centimeter square per second. Clear? And we have to find rate of decrease of slant height. Clear? So you have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution. Okay, let's move to the solution part C. If S represents the surface area, right, then it is given that ds by dt is equal to 2 centimeter per second, right? Clear? Now we know that surface area, curved surface area of cone is basically pi RL, right? Clear? Pi RL. And see, this angle is basically pi by 4. Clear? Pi by 4. So we can say that sine pi by 4 is sine pi by 4 is r upon L. Clear? This angle is pi by 4. So sine pi by 4 is r upon L. Right? That's for therefore uh, r can be written as sine pi by 4L. Right? See, sine pi by 4 is basically r upon L. Right? So r can be written as L into sine pi by 4. Right? So let's replace r in terms of L. Why we are replacing r? Because we have to find dl by dt. Right? So there is no need of no need of r anywhere. Clear? Therefore, we are replacing r with in terms of L. Clear? If it would have asked dr by dt, then we would have replaced L with respect to we would have replaced L in terms of r. Clear? But here we are replacing r in terms of L. Clear? Therefore, let's write r as sine pi by 4 into L. So surface area S can be written as pi L into sine pi by 4L, which is equal to pi by root 2 L square, right? Therefore, ds by dt can be written as pi by root 2 into 2L dl by dt, right? Which is equal to root 2 pi L dl by dt. Now, when L is equal to 4 centimeter, dl by dt can be written as, when L is equal to 4 centimeter, dl by dt can be written as 2 upon root 2 pi into 4. dl by dt can be written as 2 upon root 2 pi into 4. Clear? So now, when you cancel it out, it will be 1 by 2 root 2 pi 4, right? Now in the denominator it is root 2, right? Which is not looking nice. Clear? So we will rationalize it by multiplying and dividing with root 2. Clear? So we will get root 2 upon 4 pi centimeter per second. That means the slant height is decreasing at the rate of root 2 upon 4 pi centimeter per second, right? So option A is the right choice. Root 2 upon 4 pi centimeter per second. Got it? Right. So let's move to the next question, question number 6, which says a spherical balloon is being inflated at the rate of 35 cc per minute. The rate of increase in surface area in centimeter square of the balloon when its diameter is 14 centimeter per second. See, we have a spherical balloon. Clear? The hint of this question is see, we have a spherical balloon which is being inflated at the rate of 35 cc per minute, 35 centimeter cube per minute. That is the volume, rate of increase in volume, that is dv by dt is basically increasing, right? So dv by dt is 35 centimeter cube per minute, right? And we have to find the rate of increase in surface area. Clear? See, so we must have to find the relation between volume and surface area. Clear? Okay, right? So that we can differentiate it with respect to t both sides. And uh, diameter is given 14 centimeter at the instant at which we have to find the rate of increase of surface area, right? So we have 10 seconds to solve this question. After 10 seconds, we will discuss the solution, right? Okay, let's move to the solution part C. Volume is given as 4 by 3 pi r cube. As we know that volume of a sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube, right? Therefore, dv by dt is 4 by 3 into 3 r square dr by dt. Clear? So dv by dt can be written as 35 into 4 pi into 7 square, which is r. See, diameter is 14 centimeters, so radius will be 7. So 4 pi into 7 square into dr by dt. Clear? Therefore, dr by dt is basically 5 upon 28 pi, right? Dr by dt is, after solving and adjusting this thing by simplifying the things, you will get dr by dt as 5 upon 28 pi. Now we know that surface area is basically, we have to find rate of change of surface area, not the radius, right? So we will write this surface area of balloon S is equal to 4 pi r square, right? Therefore, ds by dt can be written as 8 pi r into dr by dt. Clear? So 8 pi into r is 7, dr by dt is 5 upon 28 pi, right? So ds by dt can be written as 8 pi into 7 into 5 by 28 pi. Right. So after cancelling and simplification, you will get ds by dt as 10 centimeter square per minute. Clear? So I think answer should be 10 centimeter square per minute, right? Option A is the right choice. Okay. So in this way, we discussed different types of question in this lecture. Hope you understand the solutions, right? Okay. Thank you so much.